Hello, and what a great day to sew something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia B, and today I thought we would go through a kit parade. I talked about this in my Flosstube like back at the beginning of the year and said like if that was something you guys would be interested in, and the people who commented said yes, of course. But also I'm like, who doesn't love a kit parade? And I will be honest, there are probably kits in here that I'm like, I'm never gonna stitch this, and I'll unkit it, but that's okay. Then you can be a part of that decision-making process. I just filmed a Flosstube and realized that my hair looks like this, but that's okay. I filmed a Flosstube. I was gonna put it at the end of that Flosstube, and I felt like I just kept rambling. So I thought, let me just end this one, start a new one. I'll upload it later in the week. So if you can stand to look at that, then I thought we would do this. So I'm gonna like cut the chit chat, and I said this in my last video, but remember that Tech Guy works from home, so if you hear chatter from that, just ignore it. So okay, first up, I have some things in project bags kitted, which I feel like is kind of a waste of a project bag because it's just sitting on the shelf. But my whips are just sitting in project bags on a shelf too. So, and this is not typically an angle you see from me. I am, since 2020, I have been the book rep for our homeschool organization called Classical Conversations. And so the other half of my office, which is what you're looking at now, so I'm staring at the quilt wall that I have, which you typically see in the background of my videos, but now I flipped around and I have a whole wall of crates that look like this that are just full of homeschool books for bookstores that I have to travel to all summer. So I just flipped you around. These are my grandparents who built the house that I live in, and then I just have some like fun little things. This cabinet here is one that I showed you I got for Christmas. Somebody said hang it on the wall, and I was like, that's genius. So I hung it on the wall, and inside it is all of like my embroidery hoops, not all, some of my smaller embroidery hoops, and then there's hooks in there, and I hung all my scissors on them. So anyway, okay, this is a Tiger Lily project case when she used to do the embroidery one. So I just think this is great for spring. I need to like empty this and use it right now, but I just think it's beautiful. And sometimes in bags I have multiple things kit, so just bear with me there. Okay, this is a book from Judy Whitman. She gifted it to me, called Affectionately Yours. It is a book that she published with the Kansas City Star. Let me see what the year was. She came and did a retreat with keepsakes a couple of years ago, and she gave this to me. This was back in 2014. It was Judy Whitman and the Kansas City Star quilts. And I have kitted up, let me find it, this project here. I thought, is this what I have kitted up? Hang on. Yes, it is. Okay. It is this project here called the Wedding Star quilt, which is beautiful. So I have all the flosses in here for that. I think this book is gorgeous. She's done some of these. She's released some of these that seem similar to, look at this handkerchief pillow with the initials. Oh, beautiful. And she has all the letters in there that you're able to use. This one says, "'Tis a home to welcome every friend," and I think that is beautiful. I would like that hanging up in my office, which a lot of the threads I have for the other one could cross and go there. Look at this baby one. This is just a sweet, darling little book. I think you can only buy these on, I like the secondary market. They're not in print anymore. So there's that. Okay. If I don't go quickly, then we're going to be here for 6 hours. So I hope you have stitching ready. Okay. This is, and I already have the fabric in here for it. Most of these I don't typically tie up fabric for projects. So This is called, my goodness gracious, it's Told in a Garden, which I've never done one before, but I bought this to kind of commemorate my trip to Shipshewana last year. This is called Amish Quilt Sampler, and this is what it looks like. I have all the DMCs pulled for this already, except for this is one of their older ones, and it calls for some Iveresois, which I was so shocked by. Soie d'Alger. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out that for that. So I've got all the DMCs for that, and I'm putting it on this tiny little piece of, what is this? 56 count cafe au lait. I just got it from 1-2-3 Stitch, and so I'm hoping it will all fit on there. It should. But Shipshewana is known for being Amish country, so I thought that would be perfect to commemorate that little trip. Okay, what is in this? This is, it is the Sweet Simple Things. And this is by, it's called Simple Things by Asbury's Echoes Stitches. And so here's that. And the little DMCs that go with that. That was a gift from a friend. And then this, if you've ever seen these, I've done these before and finished them. This is one, though, that is Stitching Calms the Soul. They are from, it's on the tip of my tongue. Let me pull out this little thing. Shepherd's Bush. So this one is called Stitching Calms the Soul. It comes with this bag that is handmade by one of the ladies at Shepherd's Bush. And so they're all different. And then you like count over on the linen and mark your middle. And then that's where you start and you stitch it directly onto the bag. If I would have thought about it, I would have grabbed the other one that I've done. But that is in those. Okay, this next one, I'm actually... Is this one? No, this is not the one. Okay, so this one is Margaret Doyle by Hands Across the Sea. Sorry for the glare. And I have all the Soie d'Alger to go with this. I think that Kitten Stitcher was doing a D-stash, and I think that's where I got this kit, because I'm like, wow, I have the Soie d'Alger for this. I had totally forgotten that I had the silks for that. So some of these I'm definitely going to pull out and be like, oh, I want to start that now. This one is Blackbird Designs What Remains, which is also a gift, which is so pretty. And the DMCs that go with this. Man. This whole project bag. Look, I'm going to start a pile behind me on the chair. And it's going to be like the ones that you should start sooner rather than later. Which is fine. Okay, the next one is from the book Peppermint and Holly from Blackbird Designs. Holly Neal and Holly Jones last year were starting a sampler from in here, and I ordered all the flosses and which one? Oh, it was this one. It was Holly Manor. So I ordered all the flosses and fabric to go with this. I wanted it to be on like a stark white. So that's what I ordered. I even think I ordered 56 count. And it's just like a, yeah, 56 count white Kingston, which means 56 count. So just from 1-2-3 Stitch. So I have all the flosses for that. That might be a Christmas start later on in the year. Maybe like a Christmas in July start. My birthday is in July, so I like to plan fun things like Christmas in July for that. Okay, this next one, also a gift. It's a tribute to friendship. This is a sampler from Sampler Bird Stitchery. So I have that. And all the flosses that go with that. I'm trying to remember. I think this is someone, the person that bought this for me, I think she met this person at market last year and bought several of her patterns. And this floss, this color combo is just so pretty. I would not look at this and think that color combo. So I think it's very pretty. I like how it's like some Quaker, some like floral motif. I don't know. It's just very unique and pretty. So I've got that. If you see any of these that you're like, wow, you should totally start that because I have it too, tell me. This, I've shown you guys this again, this before, and I'll show it to you one more time, but let me take a drink first. This is my Christmas bag. I've told you guys that I have ornament trees that I would like to fill. And so I have a ton of just Christmas themed floss, like Christmas colors. And then I have gone through, like I have all 5 of Judy's books, of her ornament books in here. I have like this, just little like tiny Christmas, some Christmas stockings from Blackbird that I just keep in here with the intention to like actually stitch them so that they can go on my tree. And I just have little tiny pieces of fabric in here. I just like, anyway, I just have it all stuffed in here, and then I can start an ornament whenever I want to. Have I done that at all? Absolutely not. I've stitched like 2 ornaments, and they're tiny little stockings from Judy Whitman's books. Those are the JBW books, and I've started and finished like 2 tiny little stockings on 56 count. This one is called I Am Enough from Emily Call. This is what it looks like. And then there's some floss here that is called, I think it's called Grace, from Farmhouse Flossies and Such. So I've got that, and I pulled a couple of pieces of fabric that are a maybe for that because that floss is so light. I want to make sure, but I also like how it's very, like it's very muted. I don't know why it's looking like that. Is there something behind it? It might be the pattern that you're seeing behind it. Let's see if I do it this way. There we go. So I like how it's like tonal, tone on tone. So I do have fabric for that pulled already. I just need to decide. I need to take a couple stitches in each one and decide what that's going to look like. Okay. The next ones are, these like all came from the same trip. They're all right here together. Okay, this was a Hello from Liz Matthews kit, the Strawberry Sampler Collection, and this was an exclusive, so I have everything kit up together. So this is the pattern, and then this is the original sampler, and so I have everything for that, even like the little, she did a class, a Quilt Guild class, and so I have like the little box that you're supposed to finish and everything. So and all the floss. Liz does such a great job of kitting up projects like this when she does retreats and things like that. It's a lot of fun, and man, she's a really good designer. I like her a lot. Okay, the next one I have, now this a trip I went on last year, that same trip to Shipshewana, I bought everyone a shaker box from Hobby House, and this is the pattern that I gifted everyone that they could put on the top of the shaker box if they wanted to, and I gave everybody the DMC for that. So I gifted it to myself as well, because why not? I just showed this in my Flosstube that I uploaded earlier this week that I just right now filmed. This is Jessie Challenor in honor of Miss Jean. And I got the front covers, which means they're like the more muted. So I have those. And that is on my to start sooner rather than later list. This is another bag. I like to do this. So in our hospital go bag, I have, I always have Prairie Schooler Santas that I'm working on. Those just seem to be really easy to work on in the hospital. if I mess up, it's like not a huge deal. They're tiny. I can start over, yada, yada. So, I keep a bag of like ready to go fabric and Prairie Schooler colors so that when one of my hospital ones I finish, then I can throw in a new one. So that's what that bag is. Okay. This next one is a kit that I ordered last year. And it is a collaboration with 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers that they did with not Leo and Roxy. It's Roxy, Flossco, and Caroline. So I got this on their Flosstube. They talked about Caroline and Carrie. It was like the project that Caroline was like making Carrie do. It was like a whole thing. It was very funny. And so one of them stitched one and then the other stitched the other. And then I think they were even going to switch. So they said like, oh, you should make one of your friends do it with you. And so I bought this for my friend Holly and I, like, I don't know, back in April or something of last year. And I don't think she has started it yet because we haven't decided like who's stitching what. But then I got the 46 count Roxy fabric that they called for, and then the Roxy Flossco flosses as well. So that's kit up and ready to go. I think I am just waiting for Holly to start, which it's not like I don't have anything to stitch. So I think I'm totally fine to wait or not wait, whatever. I just think they're very, very cute little samplers. I think I had texted her and said, hey, can I make you do this with me? And Holly's very kind and obliged. Okay, this next one is from Summer House. I got this at another keepsakes retreat that I had gone to last year where Summer House was the guest. So I have everything for that. This is a class that I paid for and wasn't able to take with Liz from Jingle Ball of 2023. And this was where she made the wreaths. So I have everything kit up for that. What is this tiny little guy? Oh, this is a tiny Prairie Schooler. And I should have all the little floss and stuff for that. I have like the most random things sometimes. Okay, this is a gift from Kathy Barrick, and it is Elizabeth LeConte. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I have all the floss here and then also some fabric to go with it. Very pretty. Okay, next I have Exemplar Dames Design. This is called Forgiveness. Let me pull this, and I have all the DMCs to go with it. And this is an older chart from, I will tell you if I can, 2007. So actually it's not that old, but I just loved it. This one is called Forgiveness. This is out of print. I know you cannot, like, you can only buy it on the secondary market. I just think it's so beautiful. And I have the floss to go with that. The DMCs is what that calls for. 2007 is not that old of a chart. I have charts from Sue Hillis that she hand charted, which I love that. Okay, next one is another Hands Across the Sea. This one is called Elizabeth Harding, 1791. And this is when Nicola was doing the older style books. So they're like taller than normal. But that is that. Sorry, the cat's wanting in my office and I won't let her in here. I love, oh my gosh, the house and the rug. It's so cute. So I love this, and I have all the DMCs for that. I also think that this is something that I got from Kitten Stitcher. The way it's packaged, I think it came from a D stash of hers. Again, sorry, my neck keeps choking me. Okay, next one is a Teresa Kogut Let Love Rain book. I saw someone stitching the, well, first of all, I saw someone just finish this recently, like within the last 2 weeks, post on Instagram that they had finished this. Oh my heaven, it was beautiful, stunning. But then this piece is what made me buy this. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And I just thought that was a beautiful piece. I have not started it, but I do have all the floss for it. None of these I've started. That is a duh, Kia. Anyway, so I have all the floss to do that whenever I want to start it. What is this? Oh my gosh. This I have kitted up, and if you have watched me since I started making actual floss tubes, this was a 12 by 12 start, I think, in 2020, and I've restarted it like 6 times. This is Cricut Collection, Be Ye Thankful. And I keep messing up with the house. I cannot get the bricks right. It is like an actual brick house. I cannot get the bricks right, and I just keep messing them up. So I've started, restarted, taken apart, all the things. All of my DMC is just in one of these boxes. And so I finally just retired it to my kitted projects, and I'll restart it when I'm not mad at it anymore. That's obviously not now. Okay, next one is the Smith sampler from the Scarlet House. I saw this on Contented Needleworker Kim's Flosstube when she finished it. Now it hangs behind her. Oh my goodness. This is one that like I need to start sooner rather than later. I just think it's stunning. And I have, oh, I did my own conversion. Well, I have some sort of conversion here that I've done with flosses. So that's going in the chair for start sooner rather than later. Okay, this is a package. This is how I store some of my kits in mailers. What is this? Oh, okay. Emmeline Purnell. Blessed Are They. By Hands Across the Sea. And what do I have in here? I have the fabric in 56 count. And I have the DMC floss. I just think that's beautiful. Those I've never done. I'm working on the Margaret Ferguson with the flower border, and they're super dense, but this one, I've never done a bouquet like this. So I think that's what drew me to this one, is that I thought it was so beautiful. Okay, this next one is my hem. I said I like to keep bags of projects. So this one is hems that I've purchased from Heartstring. This one is Amazing Grace, and I have like a floss conversion that I've done with it. And then also it is Well With My Soul. These are her Sunday stitches, I think is what she called them. They now come in a book. You can't buy them. I don't think you can buy them individually. I think you have to buy the book now. And so a couple of ladies in our church and homeschool group have wanted to start stitching. So I've taught them with those hem patterns, which is great. I love them. Okay. The next one I bought two falls ago at Always in Stitches. Peter was there. He is one of their guys who he does their knit podcast too, and I think he does their floss tube too sometimes. He was working on this when I walked in, and I was like, I need to purchase that because what he was doing was beautiful. So this is Christmas Quaker by Primrose, which is stunning. He was doing it on green fabric. So this is a 32 count, but I'm going to do it over 1. So green fabric with this floss called Noel from Weeks Dye Works. Look at how, I mean, it was just beautiful. So I want to do it on this 32 count over 1. I think it'll be stunning. So I bought that purely because I watched him stitch on his and I was like, that is genius. I love it. So I got that. I also don't know how to buy floss. I bought 4 skeins for that tiny little thing. This is one from Tech Guide, but then I stole it and rekitted it. This is from Ink Circles. This is just not something that I would stitch, but I saw somebody working on it at StitchCon one day and thought, man, I just really like that. So I've got that kitted with a 46 count. This is called Arranging the Sewing Kit. I thought that was super cool. This is Santa Rides. It was a Christmas gift from one of my kids a few years ago. And I have the DMC for that. This is not an original Prairie Schooler. It's one of the reprints. But I think it's super cute. The train. I love the train. So, and I have the DMC for that. Oh, I just showed you that. Do not do that. Okay. Birdie's Quilt Tree. This was a gift from Liz for my birthday a few years ago. Beautiful. This one, I think I've told you I was going to start this one about 17 times, and I haven't actually done it. This is Love Never Fails by Barbara Anna. I'm not very good at doing this, am I? It says, love is patient, love is kind, it always protects, always trusts, always perseveres, love never fails. And I even have the floss card already done. Like, I'm good to go. 40 count pearwood by Color and Cotton, and with all the DMC. So we will have been married 16 years this year. So maybe I will eventually start that for that. This is Mill Hill Village Kits. Nathan bought these for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. So I've got a couple of these. This one is the Needle Workshop. I am not doing them on perforated paper. I am doing them on a 32 count vintage Stormy Night because I saw someone else doing that and I am nothing but a copycat. So super pretty. This is a lot of these kits I will kit them up because I'm like, oh, I'll use these for 12 by 12, and then I end up seeing a squirrel and doing something different. This is Prairie Schooler. This one is called Prairie Year Rounds. Super cute. I have all the DMC for that. Most of these kits are just in IKEA Ziploc bags because they're super cheap, and that's all I care about. Mother of Pearl Heart by Kathy Barrick. She gifted this to me a couple of years ago, and some of her own personal stash of Mother of Pearl buttons for the hearts themselves. I also picked up that little white box right there. Is a quilt kit from Always in Stitches last year, and you use Mother of Pearl. It's an American flag, and you use Mother of Pearl buttons as the stars. And she gave me a ton of them, so I think I'm gonna use those as well. This is In the Forest by Lottie Da. I saw this finished at a trunk show and thought it was just beautiful. So I got some 46 count Fox and Rabbit in the color Elephant Run, and that's what I'm going to stitch it on. So I do not have all the floss for this, but I do have the fabric. Look at that. It's so pretty. Okay. Next, I've had this kitted for a long time. We are more than halfway through. I should have told you we're about halfway through. Okay, this is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And I do have all the floss for it. I think I've borrowed from this, so before I start it, I need to check for sure. Sorry about the cat. She's just going to be mad. This is Engraver's Chart by Hello from Liz Matthews. I bought Legacy Linen specifically for this because I wanted it to hang stiff, and Legacy Linen is a stiff kind of fabric. And I'm just doing for the floss, it's Legacy Linen 45 count in Woven Sage, and I am doing wrought iron as the color from Gentle Arts. So it's not blue. It reads blue on camera. It is like a black blue color. And I just thought that was really cool. So, and that fabric is gorgeous. And I love that they wrap their fabric with tissue paper in the middle of it. It makes it like nice. Okay, this is I Give You My Hand. And it has all the floss to finish or to stitch one of those. I don't have the fabric for that yet because I hadn't decided if I wanted, which way I wanted to do it. I was part of a Christmas gift stitching exchange a couple of years ago, and I used this pattern and another pattern. Oh wait, actually I have both of them here. I can show you. I used Plum Street's Home for Christmas and hold please. Did I do this? I did not do that. I don't know where this came from. That's a lie. I did something to where I took two patterns and made them into one and gifted it to Olivia and made like a little Christmas pillow situation and had a lot of fun with it. So I have that all ready to go for when I want to do it again. But the pattern that I put it with Flirting, and I don't think that's the pattern that I used. So this is Brenda Gervais needle, Queen of the Needle, and I have fabric and floss ready to go. This one, I was going to jump on the bandwagon a few years ago when everyone was doing this together for, I think, I can't remember whose birthday. I remember who was stitching it, but I can't remember whose birthday it was for. But Feast of Friendship, I even like went and pulled together floss and fabric like out of my stash and then fizzled out hard. Didn't even start it. So I have everything ready to go for that from when I just chickened out and didn't start it. This is definitely going in the chair to start. This is Multiply Kindness by Hands Across the Sea. If you have this and you want to sell it together, please tell me because I just need half of a reason to start it. I love this so much. I'm ready to go. I love it. All I have to do is drop my floss and I'm just doing it in DMCs. If you have it and you want to sell it, just give me half a reason to. It's so pretty. It's just beautiful. It says, multiply kindness, divide your worries, subtract sorrow, but most importantly, add much happiness. And I think that is beautiful. So that's definitely going in the chair. This is And Be Kind to One Another by Needlework Press. I have this thing about friendship and kindness. And I have since I was, like, I'm obsessed with the definition of friendship. And I have my entire life. Like, I remember, like, back, like, school age. And then, like, at youth group, passing around, like, a piece of paper saying, like, if you could learn about one topic in the Bible, like, what do you want to learn about? And I would always write down friendship. Because I am probably way too obsessive over it. This one is called Be a Friend. Also by Needlework Press. Again, I have all the floss and fabric ready to go. Give me half a reason to start these things. This is For Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. I have all the floss ready to go. Oh, that's a long-term project and it's so beautiful. This one is, can you see how much floss is taken up by this kit? It's because I went ahead and bought all the floss for every design in this book because I loved them. This book I have shown you before is from Heartstring Samplery. I think what happened is that I bought this on a birthday trip to Always in Stitches. And I had kit up some of them. And just as I was flipping through, I think it was with you guys. And I was just like, I love every pattern in here and I want to be able to stitch them all. So I just kept going. So look at that bird. So I just kept going and I bought them all so that I could stitch whatever I want. The pictures in these books are just beautiful. Like, look at these girls. Just, are you kidding? I know I've shared this with you before, but not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, I had 13 moms, I think it was 13 moms, come over from our one particular homeschool group. And they all wanted to learn how to cross stitch. And Sue Sweet from Sweet Wing Studio sent me enough patterns for each person. And I made everybody a little kit and I taught them all how to cross stitch. And several of them went home and like worked into their curriculum, teaching their daughters how to cross stitch as like they picked a small sampler to work on in their curriculum, because at a younger age, like they wanted to still be able to teach, you know, like home ec something. And so I loved that idea for them. So I was glad the Lord allowed me time to like teach those women that so that they could pass it down to their daughters, which is great. So I love that so much. Like if you could just teach one person so that it doesn't die, you should. Okay, next I have Christmas Mini Moon from Plum Street. I have all the floss ready to go for that. This is Love Abide by Lottie Da. This was a gift, and then I got all the floss for it. This is gorgeous in person, and it was huge. The called for is 36 count, and it was giant. I loved it. Okay, look, I've put more in my chair than I intended to. I already talked about these. Okay, last one, I think. This is Quaker Christmas stocking and sampler from Kathy Barrick. She also just released one at Market that I need to get my hands on. It's stunning. The Swan. Liz gifted me this for Christmas last year, and the NPIs for it. I have not started it yet because I feel like once I start it, I'm just going to keep going on it. And I have several Christmas Quaker things already, like I'm already working on. So I feel like I need to finish at least one of those too before I start that one. That is my kit. Those are my kits. Those are my kits. I have some other like class box things that I've not done. But overall, those are pretty much my kit up projects. I am grateful just to have a stash, because then I can just be like, I'm bored, I want to start something new, or like, a friend of mine just texted me, last week, a soccer friend, my kids play soccer with her kids, and I taught her how to cross stitch like 2 years ago. And she said, look at this Hands Across the Sea that I got. I can't wait to stitch it. And it is one that I already have. And so I was like, great, let's stitch that together. Now I say that, and I thought I had it in my kit projects, and we didn't come across it. So I'll have to find out where it's at. But it is one that the lady stitched when she was 82 years old. It is somewhere. So we're going to start that together eventually. She's very good about stitching one thing at a time, finishing it, and then starting another. And I am not, because these are just two small little shelves that you can see of all of my whips. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little, I was going fast through some because I really didn't want to take up too much of your time, but I've got some really good things that I'm like, man, all I need is a reason. I don't even need a reason sometimes. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me in the hive today. Thank you for allowing me just to sit and go through my kits and just kind of like re-excite myself in stitching. It's getting to that time of the year where I'm going to be able to sit out on the porch in the sun, and the kids will get to swim soon. Like it's that, like last summer for our family was just one of the best summers of memories we had. Getting a pool just really changed. We were outside all day, every day, and the sunshine really just helped so much. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me in the hive today and allowing me to go through all of my kits. Let me know if there's something that you have that you're like, oh, I love that, or yeah, I've stitched that and finished it. Send me a picture of your finish so I can be inspired by it too. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk with you later.